Hello everyone. So I recently did an unboxing on these plants right here, and now I'm going to plant them in my 10-gallon tank. Took all the other plants that were in there that I don't really want, the low light plants, because it is a high light tank. So hopefully the medium and high light plants right here will do well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you take off this little plastic piece, and you want to get all the rock wool off the roots that you can. So just split it apart. I know I'm making a huge mess over here, but that's all right. That's why I did it on tape. So pull it apart. Pull my plant off of here. That was way easier than it normally is, I promise you, because it's normally a bigger ordeal. But you can see I've got several different plants here, and I can break them apart and plant them throughout the tank. So there's two right there. And whenever you're planting your plants, you want to make sure that you don't go up past the light colored part of the stem, because then your plant will die. It won't get enough light at that spot and it will die. Now there's a lot of plants in this. Lots of plants. I'm keeping bunches, but yeah, awesome. So there's one. I might leave this one as it is. That's two. This one three. So be careful not to destroy any roots if you can. I mean, some breakage is going to happen, but there we go. So I got 5 of these. And that's the lutea, Crypt lutea. So here is the parva. There. Do the same thing with my rock wool. I'm just getting lucky so far. I wonder how that one's going to be. You want to pull as much of this stuff off as you can, because it will break down your tank and your fish might ingest it, stuff like that. I mean, it's not overly harmful, but it can stop them up, so I'm going to pull as much of this stuff off as possible. Now, sometimes if you don't want any pests or anything like snails or anything like that, you can quarantine your plants. I don't really care. I find snails to be really beneficial, especially with algae control and any kind of like extra food or anything. They tear that up. So this is the parva. Right here without breaking anything. There we go. So I'll plant several of these little bunches too. That's what I love about crypts. They grow so compact and close together, but they still come apart individually into little plants too. So, and this is a whole bunch of plants in this. Really nice roots. There we go. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's one. That's two. We'll do 4 of those. That should be sufficient. Same thing with baby tears. This one will be a little different because it is a stem plant. So with stem plants, if you break off the roots, it's fine. Whenever you propagate them, you just clip the top and then you can bury it back in the substrate, which makes it really easy to grow and really fast to grow. And this isn't a very difficult plant. So basically the same thing. Pull it off of here. I've never done baby tears before. I've done crypts before. They're in my plant tank. You can see the crypts on the bottom if you haven't seen those yet. So I'm going to separate some baby tears. Is that just one super stem? Yeah. So stem plants, you can plant them individually. There's only one here. You can do that, and it'll look a little sparse at first, but they'll grow in. You just clip off the tops and they'll start branching off, and you can get them real bushy. I'm going to plant a few in clumps and try to fill in a little spot. Hopefully it'll do what I want it to do. Alright, so while I'm working, and since I'm on this table anyway, I'm just going to get some of these moist until I get to them. You want to keep them damp. You can't get a spray ball or anything like that, but why not just use the water that I already have available to me. You don't want them to dry out because then they're going to die. Alright. Those plants, and I'm going to plant them. All I'm using are forceps, the curved forceps, so I can stick them in, twist, and then slowly pull these out. And I'll use my finger too to try to hold them in place whenever I pull this out so I don't just yank it right back up. I'll talk about the tank a little bit more when we get there. So let's start with these. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Lutea. So the way this tank is, it's dirted, so I have dirt on the bottom layer, then I have some sand, and then I have this, I want to say it's onyx sand. So that's supposed to help buffer the pH a little bit, and it absorbs nutrients kind of like the fluvial substrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch my plant with these right at the base of the roots. And I'm just going to stick it in there, so. Right there. Bury it down. Alright, so there's one. Two. Pull this up just a little bit to pull that light part of that stem up. Oh, I just yanked the whole plant up. Let go. Try that again. A lot of people will drain the tank and plant it like that, but I find that if I plant it like this, I can actually get it secure in there. A lot of times when you fill the water up, the plants float with it. So if it's already full, you can stick it down in there, and then you know if it's coming up or not. So I'm sticking it in there. I'm spreading my tongs out a little bit so they're not touching the plant anymore. Boom. There's a couple more to go. I really like the look of this plant. It's nice. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put this one over here. Just see if I can do it left-handed. One more of the Crypt Luteas. Now crypts are notorious for melting back, so these will melt back quite a bit before they actually start growing, which is understandable. I travel a lot, so I probably won't even see them melt back too much. So I will have my camera person watch this tank, and I'm going to grab the next bunch. Now I'm going to do the baby tears. So these are completely a new type thing. I've never dealt with baby tears before. Any kind of stem plant this tiny. Like it is small. This is that whole bunch that I split all apart. So, but supposedly they're really easy. I have grown some stem plants before, but I never had enough light in the bottom if you don't have enough light on the bottom leaves, they all fall off and you have this little stringy stem with just some leaves on top, and that's not really what you want. It doesn't look that good. Put that right there. Now these you can bury down as much as you need to, because all the stuff, all the stem below the substrate will grow roots. Oh, this one's already been clipped. How about that? So whenever you clip one, they do split off into two piles. So you can see I've got two coming off of here, and that's what they do. That's how you make them bushy. Just pinching that. Like so. What's that? Oh, it's just dust. Never think you see dust underwater until you put some sand in there. And these are not dwarf baby tears, those are much smaller than this. I don't think you can really carve it. These things grow to be like 4 inches tall or so, based on all my research, so that should be just enough to have a nice little jungle over here by this rock. So I have this little piece that was just floating, it doesn't have any roots or anything. I'm gonna stick it in there too, why not? If it doesn't grow, it's all right. If it does, awesome. One last one for these. When I spread the tongs, or the forceps like that, it allows the gravel and the substrate to fall in between and hold the plant down. So that's really makes it easy and helpful. One more. Just kidding. Just kidding. I've got more baby tears. Way more than expected. All right. Well, I wasn't going to go back here, but I think I will. I was wanting a bigger plant there, but I do have a big stem plant in the back that should get to be 20 inches or so. It is called a, let me look, Alternanthera. It's Rosefolia. It's a really red plant. It's got really pink leaves and stuff. With highlight, it gets really nice. I was told that you don't have to have CO2, and I'd rather not do CO2, so we'll see how it works. And that one's all the way to the bottom. You better get all the nutrients from that dirt. Yes, all of it. And I'm still going to dope with liquid first too. And one more. And, where do I want this one? Oh, right here. Go. All right. Look at that fill in. I'm glad I only got 3 pots. I was going to get several more, but looks like I'm going to fill this tank up. All right, so now all I have left are the crypt parvas. I had plans with these. They're going to be kind of coming out of this rock. These have really nice long roots. That is awesome. They're going to get all kinds of nutrients down here. I don't have any kind of aquatic life other than plants in here for now. I want to get the plants going real well before I add another fish. I tried one. It failed horribly. I feel really bad. I put cycled media in here, and for some reason, I guess when I dirted the tank, it put out way too much ammonia, and the fish did not make it. So I won't be doing that again. Now, this is a really big clump, but that should be okay. I'm gonna put it right here in front of this little rock face. There we go. The key to planted tanks is patience. All these plants are going to melt back quite a bit, especially the crypts, as they change to my water. And as I've said in a previous video, it's all about the patience. Just let it do its thing. Let it grow, let it acclimate, let it change. It's going to make a big difference for your planted tank life. So that's what I'm doing now, and I will do more updates on this tank so you can see the growth and about how long it takes to start acclimating and then really starting to grow. So awesome. Thank you guys for watching.